Hi, Gemini. This is a Gemini reading for Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising or Mars. This has got to be a random specific. It's got to be. Please, Lord, let this have not been happening to a whole bunch of people because this is scary. I started flipping these cards and I thought, what in the hell is... I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. Where are my nails? Mundane random warning that has nothing to do with any of this. If you have something you have to do this week, where it's a job interview or a photo shoot or something, first date, anything like that, do your nails the night before. Get your nails and your lashes done or something the day before. I don't know who that's for. For all you fancy ladies that get your nails and your lashes and your hair done or whatever, okay? Random, mundane, warning number 2 before I get into whatever this shenanigans is. Okay, so what this is you were wondering what the fuck was going on with someone. It's like someone you were dating for a minute or someone that showed up in your life around you, your peripheral, who started acting kind of weird, and you might not have even been dating them. They just kind of were around you all of a sudden. And I feel like this is in the past because I don't feel like pressing danger. I feel like something happened at the last second to kind of save you from whatever this was. We'll talk about that in a second. But I guess I could title this, Your Intuition Was Right About This Person. There was somebody that was shady, and you knew something was shady about them. Even if you were dating them, even if you were like madly in love with them, there was something going on there. It was like maybe it never really got off the ground. The relationship is kind of what I'm thinking. And you're going, what was that? What even was that? Like it was a different relationship for you. Like either you met under different circumstances or it's not normally how you date someone or meet someone, or, you know, like if you're usually the kind of person who would be friends with someone first and know them very well, you might have this time just like jumped into it overnight. That's for somebody. Okay, so I think there might be like 3 or 4 people that this will relate to. So I'll give a couple scenarios and you take what resonates and kind of leave the rest. So this is a combination, random, specific, and general. Oh, wait a minute. Mundane warning number 2. Tundra type tap shoes. What the fuck does that mean? Got my little booties here. So, tundra type. Warning, it might be a colder winter than anyone's expecting. Or if you're about to go on a trip, dress for Alaska weather. Even if it's somewhere that's supposed to be warmer, like a desert or something. Maybe you're doing a show, or you work, or you travel. Take your boots. Take your warm boots. Take your Uggs. Take your Minnetonkas. I don't know, that's for someone. Sorry to yell at you. I feel like your grandma right now. You better bundle up. Okay, I'll leave it there. Can I leave it there? Wear your coat. Take your hat. Take your gloves. Do the whole thing. Take your scarf. Take the whole winter outfit. Okay. What the fuck is this? You're right. There was something going on. You're right. There was shadiness, shenanigans. I don't like this at all. But before I go on, congratulations for listening to your intuition because you got out of it alive. You made it. Something happened. A miracle happened at the last second or something that you don't even realize. Oh my God, there was so much going on here that you didn't realize. It's like because you're a good person. When you're a good person, sometimes it's hard to even grasp how wicked and evil and self-centered people around you can be. For no reason other than just, either they're not in control for whatever reason. or they're just wicked. They've chosen that path. And you happen to be on the other one, you know? So I feel like there's a double meaning for literally everything that came out. I got some notes here, right? Hold on. A clue would be if you dated someone, and this is specific. I got My Name Is Not Susan from Whitney Houston. Was she talking about, the guy said someone else's name, like, in bed, or accidentally called her Susan. She's like, my name is not Susan, so watch what you say. And if you still need her, better be on your way. I want to hear about Susan. She's nothing on me, right? She's, oh my God, okay. So, a clue would be, I don't know, either you really love Whitney Houston, but who doesn't, I guess, would be that he called out someone's name. Or accidentally called you another name once or something. Okay. Another clue would be I wrote down either you say this or he said this or something to do with this person. Don't tell me, show me. Like they're the kind of, maybe they say that a lot of the time. Like they would treat you like a little kid or something and be like, don't tell me, show me. Like they don't care about your emotions. They never really care about what's going on with you in your life. That's a clue. Okay, I got that out of the way. Oh my God. Monday morning number 4 before I get into the shenanigans. There's some of you are really stressed out about, like, currently, besides all this bullshit that you dealt with these people who were trying to fucking kidnap you and traffic you. You know, sorry to bury the lead there, but that's what I'm getting here. Human trafficking is what I'm getting here. Okay. So, besides all that you made it through, it gave you a perspective that makes you really worry for the world right now. You know, when you see that sort of thing is going on and that there's, like a bigger conspiracy here or a grander connection that is terrifying for you, it really does make you worry about the world, right? So, something might happen in the next couple of weeks with world events. And it might trip you up. The warning here would be, like, don't jump to conclusions. If it's something in the news. So just avoid the news. Avoid fear porn. Avoid apocalypse.com. You know? But the warning here would be if it's about work. If it's about someone that this isn't in the past. And it's not so serious that you know you weren't going to be kidnapped. And it's just someone shady you're working with. They evade responsibility. What am I trying to say? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's never their fault. Right? It's everybody else's fault. If that's not it, look for discrepancies in your books. In your bank account. It's going to be small. It's going to be a detail. If that's not it, and it's a work-related, avoid, like, under-the-table jobs where it's, you get paid cash, but get it up front. Or if you do a service, get paid up front. And if that's not necessarily how it works, there's going to be something legally that protects you that you need to enforce yourself. So, get that deposit. Make sure they get you a deposit that isn't, and you make sure that they know it's non-refundable if they want to play with your time and your money. Okay? If it's not so serious. But it's kind of like avoid that kind of work, avoid under-the-table jobs in general, because you're going to have to, I don't know, like report to the IRS or something. And you're going to want to get that Social Security when you're older. And if you're only doing under-the-table jobs, for years and years and years, when it comes time to retire, you won't be able to tap into that fund, even though you worked your whole life and paid taxes your whole life. Okay, that's for one person. The other person is needing to really pay attention to those little discrepancies, or if you work with someone and they have a bad books dealings, you don't want to work for them, work with them, be friends with them, or date them. Period. Okay, I got that out of the way. All right, human trafficking. Let's go. Hold on. Let me take a breath. I need some tea. All right, so if you were worried or you had this really weird feeling that was completely delusional, you know, like whoever you are intellectual. You understand the world at this point with that perspective that you've kind of learned even before this. And add to this perspective, it's not meant to cause you fear. It's meant to empower you. Okay, so yes, your intuition was right. And yes, you listened to your intuition. So congratulations there. Why did I write you this? I wrote you a little poem, you guys, and I don't like it. So there's a mystery here that you're going to be working out in divine timing. Something will be handed to you. Something will be given to you. And it's like that one little piece of information. It's like that one little piece of the puzzle explains everything. And you almost have no more questions about yourself, the world, or who this person was and what they were up to. What is this? So there'll be some evidence here. And everything was a double meaning. Everything that came up when I laid these cards out, it was like, okay, well, this means this, but the double meaning could be this. So this person has a double speak. They say one thing, they mean another. You have to read between the lines with this person, or you did, and that's a clue. Invade her. Space invaders. Contracts of sub-contractors squatting with death squads. Calling all devils, we're swatting all angels. Behind bulletproof glass. Connected, collected, deluded, collusion. Fading in and out of confusion. Feeding off the energy en masse. I don't know what that means. I'm going to leave that there. That's for you, Gemini. Okay, let's talk about the cards. I'll just tell you what they mean, instead of trying to read into it and wrap my head around it, because something's going to happen. Like I said, the hand of God will give you a piece of evidence that will illuminate everything. So no fear, no shame. Double meaning. So this is about clearing out your energy. Oh, hold on. Ooh. Oh. Oh my god. What the fuck? Sorry. Sometimes I get a real visceral, a view of the situation. It makes me kind of upset. So I had to walk away. So Sage in reverse. For a little while there, you didn't listen to your intuition. Or it's like you almost were walked into a trap. And it has everything to do with your power. Everything to do with your spiritual prowess. Okay? It's like they honed in on your light. Like they sniffed you out. Try a little tenderness. Okay, so Otis Redding. Otis Redding, one of my favorite singers from back in the day, back in the 60s. He was an incredibly gifted person. All around. I don't know what his sign was. I should look that up. I'll put a link below, but he was a very strong man. He was a very strong black man in a time where they would kill you for that. They would kill you for existing, let alone being a strong black man, right? Incredibly talented, gifted, writes his own songs, knew how to produce, knew how to play all these instruments. But I mean, like, he was physically strong. He loved hunting, and he loved football, and he was athletic. He was a force to be reckoned with. And, I mean, one of my favorite singers, too, right? I thought of him with the Try a Little Tenderness there thing, but he died of a plane crash at 26? 27? 25? 26? I don't know. I almost got this hypnotism there. It's like they were trying to hypnotize him in the situation. He died in a plane crash, if you don't know. He was like 26 years old. At the time, he was writing his own stuff. He was killing it. He was slaying the game. He was playing live shows. He was getting his name out there. He was creating a business for himself and the people around him where he was retaining the rights to his music. Like, he owned his masters. And for a minute there, ooh, I just got a creepy chill. He was selling more records than Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin put together. For a minute there. They were controlled, though. Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. Forgive me if I'm getting this wrong, but if my memory serves, they were mob singers, right? They were mafia guys. Right? Wise guys, those guys. So they were under the thumb of something else, and let's say Otis Redding was not, and he wasn't. They couldn't buy him. They couldn't buy him off. They couldn't get him to sell out. They couldn't get him to sell his soul. They couldn't get him to sell his rights to his creation. And he was making a lot of money. And like I was saying, he was very intelligent and he was very powerful. He was kind of, I don't know anything about him other than that. If he was like an abusive person, please correct me if I'm wrong below. But when I think of him, I think of like a divine masculine, you know? That's a threat. So is this a metaphor? Are you in the business? Are you in the entertainment industry? Are you a creator? Fight for your rights. Retain your creative masters. Like if you're saying, make sure that all those masters belong to you. Make sure you retain your own publishing rights to the best of your ability, okay? But there was a plane crash there. So what I'm thinking is you made it out in the nick of time. In the nick of time. So going deep, that's what it's about, is that you're a shining light, that you're a creator, that you can't be bought, that you won't sell your soul. That's what it comes down to. So, beyond that, you know, there's the little flying monkeys that do the devil's dirty work, and that's what you encountered. So, if that's where you're like, I need some answers there. What are they up to? First of all, forgiveness is required for yourself. They wanted to block your emotions. They wanted to separate you from your intuition. They wanted to distract you from your great work here, which is you being the hero of your own journey and moving away from all this toxicity. So the river of time will make it okay. And if it's been a long time, and that was something that was like past, you needed some time to recover and rest and heal before you could even start to digest how dark this was. Okay, so forgiveness, tenderness for yourself, self-care. Drink a lot of water. River, drink a lot of water. Drink more water than you think you need, twice as much. Invest in water conservation grassroots organizations. You know, it's like, don't invest in water companies that suck up all the water and sell it. Invest in water conservation programs or grassroots organizations. You know, maybe you're always a giving person and you had to find out the hard way that not all organizations are what they claim to be. So you're going to gravitate towards grassroots organizations. It's clear. There's nothing hidden. There aren't any hidden puppet masters or funders or recipients. It is what it is. It's boots on the ground, you know. And it's relevant to you with the phoenix there. So it got you out of kind of your guardian angel of the world mindset, which some of you were born into for a reason. So you had to learn yoga, I think, for some of you, or you're learning yoga, so that you could work through your blocked emotions here. But with the wind in reverse, I'm getting Wind River. If you haven't seen that movie, I really think you should. If you have a strong stomach, but it talks... Oh, wait, contractors. Contractors, military death squads. What did I say? Squatting with death squads. Contracts as subcontractors. Let me think. Hold high watch. Hold high watch. Eagle. Military. Military working with contractors, working with death squads. It's kind of this underbelly of untouchable men who come and go as they please and do what they want to people, to the earth, to women. In Wind River, it was about the oil contractors up in Montana and then Native American girls being disappeared, being murdered, being raped, which happens every day. It's... Okay, I'm not going to go there. If you have a strong stomach, watch that movie. I recommend it. Yeah, they'll come in your house. Yeah, they'll do whatever they want. Hold on, let me show you something. And for anyone, like I talk about being a targeted individual, and everyone makes fun of me, you know, like I'm a crackhead or something. Let me show you something. So this relationship, what I'm getting at, is had something to do with you being targeted as well. Like they were a part of it. Hold on. Let me show you something. Get my little thing here. Ay. Okay, get my little first aid kit. Let me show you something. When things were really, really bad, when it was really, really... I don't know how I'm alive. Like, speaking of miracles in nick of time. Do I have this in here? Oh, tell me I do. Thanks. I was gonna come home one night. And I decided not to. I decided to stay out of town at a friend's house. And when I came back, there was like weird boot marks, mud marks on my floor, and a switchblade on the ground. Somebody forgot their little weapon. What were you going to do with this? What were they going to do with this? You know? Hold on, let me show you this. Thanks for the knives, fuckers, by the way. So there was, I look at this little thing, and it's, pretty sharp little dangerous little guy there, you know, fits right in your hand. There's a emblem here that had been popped off. And me being me, I did a little detective work, and what this is it comes in the off-duty pack of one of two groups in the military. Navy, by the way. They're either special forces that get these in their off-duty packs, or they're firemen, naval firemen that get these in their off-duty packs. Which one of those do you think I think it was? Firemen or special forces in my room? But off-duty. Black ops. Off-duty, like black ops, underbelly subcontractors are the ones that kind of do that break-in work, you know. So if you're someone and you're like, I think there was someone in my house, you're gonna see something. And by the way, this is a piece of shit. Like, why are you giving this to these guys? Military, like, really? You trying to undercut funds or something? I don't know. Thanks for the knife, assholes. But yeah, no. There was a time where they were trying to kill me. I could write a book about it. It was like boom, 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 boom every day. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I had to leave town. I had to learn to bolt. I had to drop out of college. Oh my God, I was going to school and I was like trying to work and all of this stuff was happening. So that's a clue for you. You were so busy, you couldn't really wrap your head around it. But it was dark and it was devious. And you made it out alive. But they did want to get you to ignore your intuition because, like, when it was happening at the time, I'm like, there's no way that's happening. That's too crazy. And looking back on it, I was like, I should have just started documenting everything from the beginning. But it's because you couldn't be controlled. But this person was very wicked, okay? It's the undefended heart says that you were a little too open and trusting about someone. You know now, though. You have a higher perspective now. What you had right about it. Storm in reverse. So what you did, if you're like, no, you weren't completely clueless, what you had right was that feeling of deep unrest. It was like this rumble of exhaustion always. Or a feeling like a storm was coming, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. You were right. You were so right. But what with it in reverse? Hold on, let me think. If that's in reverse, that could mean that what you had right was that something was going on, but you had no idea how much damage could have been done to you if you'd have gone along with this. Whatever it was. Whether it was an offer, a marriage, a contract, a friendship, where they kept trying to like draw you away somewhere, draw you away. What you have wrong was the miracle. Ladybug? What does that mean? So a miracle saved you at the last minute. Or you have unexpected forms of support coming to you, and you need not fear anything. This is about lucidity. So what you didn't see, you will soon see. If you're like, maybe I'll never know. No, you will. Like I said, a lucid discovery or a miracle is what you're not expecting. Yeah, I just see that they were trying to block your instincts and it didn't work. They tried really hard though, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. You're too strong. You're a force to be reckoned with, and you were more than they bargained for. They bit off more than they could chew, with the wolf in reverse there. Angels, angles. Again with the double meaning. Angels, angles. Huh. They wanted to keep you in fear. Fear is a perpetual background noise with rainbow in reverse. So this is the aftermath here. I think what the worst is over, but everything had to be destroyed. Or there's a huge storm coming and it's going to be out of your hands. It's like an earthquake or something, or this already happened, an earthquake, a tidal wave, and there's death. And there's death. And the angels have to come. I don't know what that means. There's death and the angels had to come. Don't dwell there. Don't dwell there. Rebuild somewhere else. You can't rebuild on a broken foundation. And it talks about 7 magical colors, 7 mystical magical colors, something like that. So avoid anybody or anything that adheres to that kind of 7 symbology. It's occulty, but in a creepy, weird way. That's a clue. But the worst is over because you did listen to your intuition. And at the last second, there was some sort of a miracle that happened. And I do believe that they wanted to kidnap you and sell you into, I'm sorry to say it, but servitude, sexual servitude. Or they wanted to use you and make sure that you couldn't get away. So take it all in. The information that's about to come in with the peacock here as what to do this week. Take in all the information, good and bad. Take it all in. Maybe don't expect to have your head wrap around it, but just take it all in. And you'll deal with it in due time, in divine timing, in the way that you can deal with it. But avoid trying to define it right now. Why? Phoenix in reverse. This is all about spiritual growth. So there was someone with caution seashell that was pretending to be spiritual, or they were a spiritual guru, or they led you in the wrong direction, or they filled your ears with absolute nonsense. And the outcome is that you realized it had no relevance in your life with the Phoenix in reverse. You realized it was causing more inner conflict than it was solving. So if it was a job, it was costing you more money than you were making. And you were surrounded by all these really disgusting people. Like if you were a subcontractor, or if you are in the military and you're surrounded by really evil, wicked people, you don't want to be a part of that. That will never change. Okay, that the machine will never change. So if someone wants to pop up from your past and they had anything to do with this person or this situation, clear away that person. Get your head clear. Get your heart clear. The bottom line here is the undefended heart is your worst enemy. So you put up those boundaries and you enforce them. You listen to your feelings and your intuition, but take in whatever information that was. It's like, I don't want to find a knife on my floor. I found a bunch of other stuff that I explained away to myself, and at a certain point I needed to pay attention and keep myself alive. So there is one theme that has come through in every Gemini reading today, and it is that self-preservation is your only goal in life at this point. Self-preservation for you and no one else. Forgive yourself and no one else right now if you have to. But hold high watch. You know, if someone shows up and suddenly they want to give you a bunch of gifts, or it's a too good to be true offer, or it was a too good to be true offer, or they come in all of a sudden love bombing you with a giant diamond ring, it was a trap. There was no love there. It was a trap. I don't really want to get into necessarily what would have happened. And I don't know what in that invade her space invaders means. I'll leave that to you. I'll leave it to the gods. And I'm going to leave this here. Because I've had enough. I've had enough. And I need like 3 showers. But remember, this is about lucidity and understanding and transition. After the destruction of this perfect storm that almost swept you away, but couldn't because of how strong and brave and smart you are. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Bravo, Gemini, for making it through this alive. With your mind intact, your body intact, and your heart intact. Believe it or not, it might feel like that. But you're taking this and turning it into this. You're not just amazing and beautiful and the sky's the limit. But this is, you know, a glow up beyond any recognition. And they could see it maybe before you did, and they were trying to exploit it, and they were trying to exploit you. And worst case scenario, they were trying to sell you on the black market as a sex slave. Because all of this fell down. I didn't even tell you what I pulled over here, you guys. And if this hasn't happened yet, and you're still with me, and your heart is racing, listen to those red flags. Self-preservation will be the whole of the law, okay, this week. Accept information that comes in, good or bad, whether you like it or not. Pray for clarity. I do it every day. Dear great Mother and Father, please bless me with clarity. Help me see the truth in all things, whether I like it or not. That means I'm choosing that. That means I see things that I don't always want to see. That hurt a lot. But this is about having a clear head and a clear heart. Okay, and you have thorns that tear and bite for a reason. So hold those barriers. If you still feel like they need to be there, protect yourself. And your higher power will meet you halfway. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye.